Okay, so basically, I want to share with you the Facebook, my Facebook fortune formula. Now, the Facebook fortune formula, and just so you know, there's tons of people that make tons of money on Facebook. Everybody has different ways. Nobody's ever taught me how to use Facebook. I've never bought courses on it, anything like that. So this is the way that I do it. This isn't the way that I know anybody else doing it, because I don't know how they're doing it. But let me just share with you exactly how I am doing it and how I use Facebook to make really good money. So let me just share with you this. So obviously we've got to go to Facebook in order to make things happen from there. So in order to do that, I'm going to exit out of here, and I'm going to actually get to Facebook to share with you this. So basically, let me just share with you on Facebook. When it comes to Facebook, I do have multiple different pages that I use. Of course, I have my regular Facebook account. My regular Facebook account, actually, I have this one. I call it private because I'm very, on here. I'm I used to have 5,000 friends on Facebook. Let me just share with you. I used to have 5,000 friends on Facebook. I pretty much got rid of, actually, I deleted the account and started all back over again. Now, what's the reason for that? Now, I actually have about 1,000 people. Actually, all 1,000 people that I have are people that I know, people that I've met face-to-face, people that I recognize them, people from high school, people from college, people from different times in life. So they're real people that I know. And one of the issues that I was having on here, and I just wanted to kind of explain to you, I pretty much use 3 different pages. I use my Facebook page, which is my Facebook page, which we're seeing here. I have a fan page, and I also have a group that I run. So I run 3 different things. Now, you don't have to run all 3, but I just want you to be clear on how I'm doing it, because you'll see how I do it with the strategy that I use. But the big thing I want to share with you is, one thing that happened and occurred to me is once I broke 5,000 friends, it became a problem because my real friends, as in people that I knew from high school, college, that I knew when I grew up, people that I knew from all over the place, they couldn't friend me, because once you hit 5,000 friends, then you can't have any more. 2, the other thing is there was just a bunch of people that it's like, who are you and why are you talking? And I was getting afraid I was really getting scared of what to write, because I didn't know who was reading my stuff. So I changed it and actually deleted my account, reset up the account, and just started all over from scratch. I wouldn't recommend that for anybody. And actually, what I would do today is recommend a new strategy, which I'll share with you here in a sec. So one, I use the regular pages. With a regular Facebook page, there's a method that I use inside there. I also use something else, not just my regular page, but I also use a fan page. Let me just share with you. I have actually 2 different kind of fan pages. I have one fan page right here. This is a fan page that I have that I use right here, and typically I'm using it to market things. So there's a fan page. So I'm also using a fan page. Let's move over here, back. I also use another fan page. So I have actually 2. This one is, a different one. This is a smaller group of people that I do focus on, from here. So I also have another fan page. And then what I also do is I also have a group. So there's also a group that I use. So there's a group that I do use. This is basically, you'll see over here, this is a lot of my customers and subscribers are here, but I also have it with another guy, Jason Parker. And there's, we have 18,000 members, part of this group right here, but it's a list building club. I personally run the thing now. Jason has taken a big step back for over a year now, so I'm actually the only, you'll see in here, like I'm the only one that's pretty much, in here. Nobody else Jason has really nothing to do with this anymore. So it's just us in this group. This group grows virally all the time. People are coming in, and we're not going to really talk about growing the groups and stuff like that because but I just want you to understand and know that I do run. I do have three different things. I have one, a group. I have two, which is right here. I have my regular page, which is just my regular page that a lot of people do have. I also have another page, which is more or less my fan page. So it's a fan page, and then I also have another fan page. So this fan page right here is one fan page. Let's go over to the next fan page, and then I have another fan page that I use. Now you don't have to have so many fan pages. Facebook, here it is, another fan page. There is a reason why I actually have two fan pages, and we'll go over that. And here's actually, there's a reason why, and the reason why is because what I found when you're running ads, you can actually pick and choose, where the ads are coming from, and so now that's why I have two different fan pages, because I actually sometimes run them off the one, or I can run them off of this one right here. So I can either run them from here, and that'll make more sense here in a little while. But I also want to show you something very interesting. Look at this week over here. This is the total post reach, 17,000 people. And look, I only got 905 likes. I'll show you why and how that happens. You come over here, let's scroll up. Let's see. There it goes. Basically this one has 3,000 members and, let's see, 174. And there's a reason for that, like I said, but it's interesting. So, but I'll share with you that. So basically how it works is this. I typically, there's one strategy that I use is really just, posting, right? And I'll share with you how I do my posts. Now, I do a lot of things in email marketing, and how I decide what I'm going to post and how I'm going to post is basically whatever I'm promoting at that moment. So right now, for this particular thing, I am promoting an event, and I'll just share with you. I'm promoting an event that's coming up that I'm doing, and the event right now. So I use the same strategy whether it's if it's a affiliate product, if it's my own product, if it's anything. But let me just share with you. So right here is the event. We have 21 seats left for the workshop. I wrote this last night, so I'll have to double check on that. But anyway, so here's the event that I'm gonna promote. Now, not saying you got to promote events. You can promote. I know people that do it with T-shirts, and people do it with this. This is the way that I do it. I actually start off, instead of me going and posting on my personal page, whoops, I'm sorry, let me move this one way over here, on my personal page, which would be like right here. Instead of me originally posting on my personal page, what I do is I post on my fan page first. And actually I post off of this fan page right here, and I use it as a syndication point. Now, you'll see why here in a second, or you'll see how here in a second. But I use it as a syndication point, meaning that I want to, this is more of a newer fan page, and I want to grow it. So one of the easiest ways to grow it is using this as a syndication point, where I'm actually sending it out there to all my other locations. And so let me show you what I mean by that and how I'm doing it. All right, so here is the email that I'm going to actually send out an email here in a little while. However, I'm going to actually post it, and I typically post, before I send out an email to my list, I typically post it on Facebook. So here's how I do it. You'll see right here. Now I've got more. This is just one strategy that I use. But typically, before I send an email, I will actually post it. And you'll see kind of a unique way that I do it. All right, so here's my subject line. Here's my actual email right here. So I'm going to come over here, and I want to double check. Let me just confirm how many people I have for that event. Yeah. Here is the page that I'm promoting. Let me just go over here and double check. Okay, so 19 tickets. Okay, so let me just change this. I had 24. All right, so and this event I'm doing at my country club, if you're wondering why I had that picture. All right, so I've got to change this to 19 seats left. I'm going to change this to 19 seats left. Just want to confirm that. This has nothing to do with it. I just want to make sure I'm writing the same good stuff. Okay, so here's the email that I'm going to be sending out. Now, what I do is I'll take the exact email that I'm sending out, and I will go to my main syndication point, which is the one that I showed you. This one right here, the main syndication point, and I will submit this here. Now let me share with you, when I am promoting something on Facebook, one of the big things that I do, like even with this one, I think this will be fine, but what I always do is I always make sure I remove all that stuff underneath. So when you put it up there, if you've got a link, it will go find an image, it'll insert that image on the page, it will do, it'll might put just the link in there. I want to get rid of all that because I want people clicking on the link inside the post. The other reason is because I'm actually syndicating this, meaning I'm going to syndicate this out in a sense. The way I look at it, I syndicate it out to my other pages, and since I'm syndicating it out to my other pages, if I don't do it the way that I'm going to show you, and actually I might put this up at the top too. Yeah, I'll put it right there. Just so, and the reason I did that is because I want people to be able to click quickly instead of reading through if they know what they want. If not, they can open it up and read more. But if not, what would happen is I would be sending over the picture, not the words. So I want to get rid of everything on that. So in my post. So I pick one of my fan page, or I pick this is the main fan page syndication point. And remember, the purpose of me doing this is not just to market the particular thing, but also is to grow this fan page here. So as I'm doing is I'm going to post this right here. So now as I post it, see, there's why I did it, so that they can see that. But here's the post right here, so just wanted to post this. So I'm posting this up. All these people are going to be aware of it. I can actually boost this post. It looks like somebody already liked it as we were just sitting here. That's crazy. So now once I've done this, I can go back and boost it. I won't do that first. I do not do that first. I do it second. There's a reason for that, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this particular thing right here with my with the other places I talked about. So on a page I manage. One of the pages I showed you was was this page. Let's go right here. Is this page right here? So I'm going to share it over here. So let me just share with you. So I will share it. So what do I say here? I always like to say something. Well, the thing I do, and this is what most people don't realize to do, what I'll do is I will come over here. I will actually use the subject line as my verbiage for me to say something. So, basically update, that's the subject line. So now it's kind of like I'm sending an email out. I'm syndicating out. So now I'm going to go post this over on that fan page. I'm going to push share status. All right, so now that's going off. Let's come over here and we'll go double check. I'll open it up. Let's just see. Okay, cool. So now I've shared this with those 3,000 people. Here's my subject line that I used, and actually is, when I shared something, and here's the opening of it. And you actually notice it was probably a smart move for me to put that link up top. All right, so then people could read more, find out more from it. So we've got one. That's one. So that's one syndication. Come back over here. Now I'm also going to syndicate it out again. Now this time I'm going to share it with my group. So like I said, I'm using it as a syndication point on a page in a group. Let's see, call this Jason. All right, so now I'm going to say again, come over here, workshop, share, same thing. My subject line becomes the actual, my subject line becomes the actual thing that I share. Share status, all right? So now I've syndicated out also to the group. So I'm going to come over here, post that up, and that's the pinned post, so it would be the next one down. And there we go. So now actually, so now I've shared this out, update 19 seats left for an upcoming workshop. Come over here. I'm going to pin this real quick just so people see my new thing. And what I mean by pinning is basically the group here is going to be now, every time they come in, this will be the main one that they see every time they come in. So so right now I want any new member or any person part of the group, they're going to be able to see this, of course, and let them know what's going on. So hopefully I can, get some more people coming in. So now I have that. Now I want to share with you something on this one. I do also syndicate it out to my personal page. However, I do something a little differently. And this is one thing that most people, I don't think that many people even know about this. All right? Because remember earlier I was telling you guys about one of the big problems I had is I had like 5,000 friends, and of those 5,000 friends, I didn't know who the heck people were. Or, maybe they weren't really friends, they were fans, because I started thinking like I should make my friends friends, my fans fans. However, now Facebook's got something actually kind of cool that most people don't know about. And let me just share with you, and you'll actually see me do it. Let me share with you how I did it. So Facebook allows me now to actually choose which friends I want to send it to. So I've broken my friends up into groups. All right, so I've broken my friends up into groups. So right now, if I could put it on my own personal timeline. I'll post this here. And since it's going on my own personal timeline, and I believe it right there, I could make it a little more personable to them. Yeah, well, let's leave it like that. So on my own personal timeline, come through here. So now you'll see right here where it says friends. This would go out to only to my friends, but I don't want it to go to my friends. I don't want to go to the public. What I do want this one is you can create custom lists. See right here it says I am friend, because that's exactly who I want to have it go to. I want to have it go to my own friend. Now this right here is what most people do not realize that they can do when they're posting on their own timeline. And I'll share with you how to do this. All right, so see where it says I am friend? We'll go over there, I am friend, on my own thing. So that means all my friends that I put together that I say, or people that I know in the I am space, this is going out to. Because me sending this message out to my grandma, or my mom, my aunt, my uncle, all those people, makes no sense at all. So it really makes absolutely no sense for me to send people, friends from high school. They'll be like, what the heck is this? And that was one of the big issues that I had in the past. Now I'm able to send it to a really more targeted group. So honestly, if I went back into time, knowing that they didn't have this at the time when I did it, when I did the delete, but knowing that, guess what? What that means, I would have probably never deleted the account, because now I can talk to the people that I want to talk to. I could actually pick, like right here where I have, I even have people written as close friends, I have people I went to high school with. I have, different people, but typically I just send it out. So now I'm only picking the people that I put inside of a group called I am friend. So I'm going to share the status with only people that I friended that are in the IM's internet marketing space, because this is an internet marketing thing right here. So I'm going to share the status. All right, so that's how I typically syndicate out. So that's one thing that I do, is I syndicate out. We'll go over a lot more different things, but I syndicate out to multiple different things. I will show you here in a second how I actually was able to group my friends together so that I got the right message, because marketing is about message, market, match. And I want to make sure that I'm not sending to the wrong people that'll think I'm crazy and that'll never listen to me again on my friends. I want to send to the right ones. So, but now that I have actually syndicated this out, and I've confirmed that it looks fine on all the pages, what I do is, let me go over here and actually update. Yep. So I've confirmed that it looks good in all the pages right here. So it's confirmed. Therefore, that's confirmed. Okay. So what I typically will do is as of right now, people are going crazy on my posts. All right. All right. So, geez, oh man. All right. So here, so now I have, now I've done that. Now, typically, what I do right here, it says, I boost the post. So one thing that you could do is I can boost this post out there. So typically what I'll do is I will go, once I post it, then I'll go and I'll boost the post. So I will literally boost the post out there. So one thing you could do this on fan pages. So you'll see on this fan page I have, and I don't know where my picture has gone. I have to refresh this one. There we go. That was weird. Must have been a little glitch. All right, so I could go over here. I could boost this post, and I could also boost this post. So if I click this button right here, boost post, I could boost this post out. Oh, this is really cool. This is a newer thing. I could boost the post. So what that means is all those people that I'm connected to and people that like my page and their friends. Now, one of the reasons why you notice that I have such a huge amount of people compared to the, being able to view my posts compared to the amount of people that I had. And actually, let me cancel this real quick. So right here, my post reach and the people that like it, because these people that like my stuff have a large amount of friends inside. I have a large amount of friends. So the great thing is I'm able to leverage their networks to make things happen too. And how am I able to do it? Well, I'm able to do it by boosting the post. So if I come in here and boost the posts, one thing that I could do is boost the posts from there. They have different options. You can choose your own. These are the options they talk about. You could choose your own. Like you could do it for $5. You could do it for $10. And it'll also tell you how big, how many people they're estimated to reach. Oh, actually, for this one right here, just for demonstration purposes, they do have it. Now they have it from here, $20. Okay, so I will go in here. I'll be able to boost this post. The post duration would be for a day from there. So post 1 day. So that's good from here. You can do the audience as people who like your page, people who like your page and their friends. That's who I want to do. Or you can choose it through your own targeting. I don't typically do that way. I usually go people who like my page and their friends. So typically that's how I do it. So I'll come over here. I'm going to boost the post. We'll get into the conversion tracking pixel later. But basically I post from here. So now we're going to boost the post. When I boost the post, what that means, like I said, is it's going to go out to all those, all those people, right there. So they're going to review it as soon as it's approved. Then it'll go from there. So, but basically, just to share with you, this is I boosted it for $20. You could pick the amount that you want to have from there. So let me be clear. As soon as I get done syndicating out there, I boost it. And why do I do that? And why exactly do I do that? The answer to that question is a great question. And the reason I do that is because once it's boosted, I cannot edit the thing. There is edits being taken away from me. So right here it says this post is associated with an ad and may not be edited at this time. So therefore, I can't edit it. So that's why I wait till the end after I go out and syndicate it to all the different locations out there. Basically that's why I do it, because I can't edit it. And the cool thing is, if I came back and I noticed I was reading through one of these and I noticed something was, maybe I needed to change something that should have been rewritten or should have been better, I could go back to the original post, edit it here, and everything that I syndicated out to, it would have changed on these pages too. So it would have actually made the changes, well, down here, whatever I did on the main page, it would have changed too. So that's one way that I do it. So there's two different strategies. One, I actually create kind of what I would call a network of Facebook or fan pages and groups that I'm able to syndicate out to. So basically syndicate out to different places. That's one part of my formula is I take my email, I grab that email, and I grab that email, I put that email, pretty much what I'm going to send out in an email is what I posted, the original point that I'm going to syndicate out to. Then after I do that, then when I do syndicate it out, I do take the subject line of what I'm actually going to send out in an email, and I use that as the what I'm going to say when I'm posting on different pages. All right, so that's one thing that I do. Now, the next thing that I do is after I do my syndication, now I come in here and I boost, and it is boosted. So now I've come in here. Now this is getting boosted. And so it's boosting it out there, and it's leveraging all the people that like my page plus all their friends. So now I'm able to get a huge reach, from them. So that's another piece of the thing that I do. So typically I do that whenever I get an email that I feel or an email or a promotion that I'm gonna promote out that I think is really important to get out there. So that's the first step in one of the things that I do. Now, the next thing is now one of the things that I just share with you, and I want to share with you because I think it is really important, is how in the world was I able to, on this post right here, this post right here is only seen by, which you can see right here, is by my friends in the IM world. Nobody else. My mom's not going to see it. My grandma's not going to see it. My uncle is not going to see it. My friends from high school won't see it. Only people in the IM space are seeing this post on, this post on my personal page. So how do I do that? And this means that you can actually go out, make friends with people, and put them inside of a group. So then you can actually market to them. So now let me just share with you exactly, how I do that. Now, the easiest way of doing that is if you come over here where you have into your friends, and you can go in and actually you can do it. There's one way you could do it. Depending on how many friends you have. If you have a lot of friends, then you don't want to do it this way. I'll show you another way. But you can come over here and literally go in and say, this person right here, you can go in here and you can add them. And I have my close friends, acquaintances. I can add him right here. It says add to other list. So I could go in and see I have him in I am friend. So he is an I am friend. And here's all the different groups that I have. That I could do, people that I went to high school with, people that live in my area, I've got family, but I am friend. So I could go in and manually add them to that list, or I can actually go in here, and go right here and start a new list. Oops, start a new list. See right here, plus, I can add a new list. So if you don't have one in yours, you can name it, so whatever market or niche that you're in. So put, like if you're in the weight loss niche, weight loss, people, you can actually sit there and actually put them, and now I have on a weight loss list. If I was going to do anything in weight loss, say, okay, he's a guy that I'm going to put in the weight loss list. Anytime that I'm posting anything about weight loss, I want to make sure that I post it to him. So that's not, he doesn't need it looking at him, but from there, but weight loss, I could create a group like that. So I can manually go in, I can add it right here. Whoops. I can start a new list right here, start a new list, and then I can just add them to that list and then just keep on going in and manually do that to everybody else. I'd have to go over to this area section right here, add to another list, and then go find the list that I want to put them onto, which I did, and then just keep on going through and doing it. However, that's probably, for if you've got a lot of friends, then doing that is going to be a pain in the butt, doing it manually. There's an easier way of doing it, and so there's a lot easier way of doing it. Let me just share with you. If you click on the F, on the Facebook button, where it allows you to see all these different things, all these different things over here, right here. So you'll see friends, see demo, see right here where it says friends. So you'll have groups, there's friends, there's pages, and then this is all the other stuff that I've got going on. These are my favorites. So right here where it says friends, if you click on that in that area, click on the more button. See right here where it says more. If you click on the more button, right here is where you can create the list. I'm actually going to delete this one. And I will delete that one too. And let me delete this one. All right, so this right here, I could go in here. So here's the way you do it. So if you're looking at your main page, so you're on your main page, if you click on the Facebook button, and then it'll drop down and it'll look just like this. See where it says pages, groups, apps. All right, so right here, or even further down, it'll say friends. Right? So when it says friends, if you put your mouse over top of the friends, you will find the more button. At more, that's where you'll pop up, and it'll show you all the different friends lists that kind of Facebook might have created for you. This is the one that I've created for myself. And then right here it says create list. So I'm going to create a list, and basically create a list of people that easily share. You can easily share with them and updates in one place. So, list name. Let's just say Facebook Fortune Formula demo. All right. So, who would you like to add to this list? Right now, I'm not going to put anything right there. I'm just going to name the list. I'll push create. All right, this is a custom list. Now here's the cool thing. So as soon as you do that, it's going to pop up look like this. Now I could go in and see where it says add friends to list. I could do it a lot easier. So now what it's going to do is going to pop up all my friends. So it's going to pop up all my friends on here. And what I could do, it's really simple, is I can literally pick and choose people that I want on this list. So here's one right here. Let's say I want him, and I want this guy, and then I want this. I'm just like randomly picking, and I want him, and I want him. I could just literally select all the people that I want on this list on my list. Here's another one. Here's another one. Boom. Here's another one. Here's another one. Just kind of going through, just picking people. And I can just go through, and it's a lot easier than manually doing it. I'm literally just looking at them, picking the picture, picking it, and going from there. So here's another one. Let's just say, here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. So just to kind of give you an idea, you can literally pick and choose who you want. As soon as you click finish, all those people, which you'll see, are on this list. So now on this list, I just picked 23 people, and I can add them to the list. If I want to come back, add more, just click over here, add to friend list. So now, whenever I'm doing a syndication out, and I only want to make sure people see certain messages, it's kind of like, it's kind of like an autoresponder on it, but I could literally say, okay, I only want these people. Let me go find some more. Keep on going and keep on adding more. So as I add more friends, I can add more people to my custom list. What does that mean? Well, that means that now when I create a message that's really pertaining, maybe it's a promotional message, a marketing message, and a message that makes a lot of sense, to talk to them, that you don't want to upset anybody else. You only want to talk to the people that are interested in that particular thing, because like I said, message, market, match. I want to make sure, the people that I'm sending it to, actually, match the message that I'm talking about. So that's exactly how I'm doing it. I don't know that many people that actually create, groups, friends, opening it up from things, things from there to be able to do it. But it's one way that I do it. That's how I was able to do this right here, where it's only going out to people that are interested in IM, so people will be able to see that particular message. Only the people that I have inside that group will see this message, nobody else. So, or if that's who's going to, be notified of that message. Unless people probably swing by and they might see it, but if they're not swinging by, if they're, they'll be getting notifications those people right there are the ones inside that group. So who should see this? So the people that should see this are the people in the IM space. Those are the people that should see this. So that's one thing that I do in making it happen. So when I went out there and syndicated it out, basically syndicated that thing out and shared it, out there, that's exactly who I chose when I was promoting it on my particular page. So one thing that I do is I syndicate out. I pick one location. Typically, I start with my fan page. My fan page that I have right here. I syndicate it out to all different locations. I syndicate it out to my group. I send it out to my other group. In my other fan page, and then I also syndicate it out to my own personal page. Why do I do this? Because, well, one, I do that because I'm syndicating things out, able to communicate, and plus, on my own page, then I don't look like a total turd. So, like, hey, look, I'm actually kind of sharing it with my other places. And plus, it makes it look good from here when I have so many shares. But also, you'll see right here, you'll see that I've got it out. But the big thing is that people are able to come back to my page and actually see, this has already reached 110 people. This is going out to my page, so people can actually come in, and like my page. So they can actually like this page right here. So I'll pick up likes from this page. So people will start liking it, and that's actually how I grew this thing. That's the only way that I grew it. Actually, there's no other way, really no other way that people have actually found this page. So, because I haven't done anything else except for that. So that's just one. So that's just one thing that I do. See, people are starting to do it. They're starting to like this thing, and as other people like it, then it keeps on getting from there. So now I've got all my syndication points out. So one thing, like I said, is I syndicate it all out. After I syndicate it all out, the next thing that I do is I boost. So right here is a boost. I can pick and choose how I'm going to boost it. Now it's going to boost it. I boost it to all the people that like this, plus all their friends. So that's the second thing that I do. The other thing, especially whenever I'm doing a regular promotion. So those are two main things. Now, when I am doing it, just to be clear, like I said, when I am posting it on my main page, I am posting it to the groups, which I just showed you how to do the groups, which is kind of cool because now you can have particular marketing messages to the particular groups that you're talking to, so it makes the most sense. Now, so those are two things that I do. Syndication, I kind of syndication out and then also boost. Those are the two main things that I do. The next thing that I do is this. I run ads. Now, when it comes to running ads, I want you to know this now because this is kind of the fun part, is running ads. So that's one thing I just want to kind of share with you. I think it's kind of cool. A lot of people don't realize that they can actually do that with their friend list, or maybe, and it's kind of crazy because most people today's friend lists aren't real friends. They're kind of fans or just people that want to friend a bunch of people. But it's a great way to make things happen. Now, the one thing that I do outside of that is run ads. Now, running ads is a great thing. I run ads all the time, and I'll just share with you some of the ads that I'm running right now, and then I'll also go in and show you how exactly I do it. Before we do that, the one I think it's really very, very important to know and to understand that there's two things when it comes to running ads. Now, that are like your best friends, and they're like your best friends. When I say your best friends, I mean like these are your best friends. And one is going to be what's called audiences. The second best friend, so first best friend is audience. The second best friend is the tracking pixels. And I'll share with you those two things. I'll share with you those two things. Now, or actually conversion tracking, but audiences and conversion tracking is what I meant. So audiences and conversion tracking are your two best friends. It's how people are making tons of money and also knowing what's working, what's not. So I'll share with you this. All right, so come over here. And now in your account, some might say, I noticed some people, clients in Britain, theirs might say create, manage adverts. In the States, we says ads. you may not have manage, and you probably won't have manage if you've never ran an ad. But if you have, you will have this, if you have, you'll have the manage ads. All right, but if you haven't, you're going to have to create an ad first in order for you to open up in the space that I'm going to share with you. All right, so you're going to have to create an ad first. However, it's kind of one of those things I've got to take you in here, and then I'll go back into here. We'll create ads. But in manage ads, I just wanted to share with you because I am running ads. I've got some ads running right now. So, from there. So now, if go over here, and I want to share with you, there's two things I told you, conversion tracking and audiences. These are your two best friends, conversion tracking and audiences. So conversion tracking and audiences are your two best friends. Now, I'll share with you, conversion tracking is a really easy thing. What conversion tracking is basically tracking, is basically allowing you to know, how many people converted. So you can actually look. So this CC stands for Country Club Event. So when you saw me do the boost over here, you noticed I select a pixel. Actually, I can't do a boost on that one. Let me just go over here. So if I was going to boost this, so right here, if I was going to boost this one right here, see where it says conversion tracking, no pixel selected, I can actually pick, what I want. So this is Country Club Event. This was me promoting the Country Club event. Here's the tracking pixel for the Country Club event. What that means is that anybody that goes to, which is the page that I'm sending it to, goes to this page, fills out this form, and actually signs up, it will know that they did it. So that's what it's called, conversion. So I know that people actually converted when they went to the page that I'm promoting. So now I'll know how profitable and how things were. Now, I will say this, when it comes to affiliate promotions, you can't put, nobody's going to really let you put conversion tracking on the page. However, if you control the page, you can actually put conversion tracking on those pages. So that's one thing, one thing to know. And the good thing is that's why I'm able to do it, is because I actually control this page. So here is, this is the page that I'm sending to. When they click this, they fill out the information on the next page. As soon as they fill it out and they sign up, now I've got a conversion. That's what's called conversion tracking. So it just knows that it converted. So that's a best friend. Why is that a best friend? Well, that's your best friend because what that does is that tells you, hey, I spent, $20 and I made $100 or whatever it was, hey, this was a good thing. Or it lets you know, hey, look, this is exactly, I've got conversions. This is working. I got people that registered. I got people that checked out. I got people that, have done something. So that's going to be one of your best friends. The other best friend that you're going to have is audiences. It's right here where it says audiences, and I'll just be, looks like people are starting to react to my stuff. Audiences. Audiences are my other best friend. And what I mean by that is these are groups or audiences that I can actually use in my ads, because we're going to get into the ads. But I want you to understand these two things, because these two things are your best friends. Meaning conversion tracking allows you to know if your ads that you're using actually convert. But also so they'll let you know if they actually convert. Now, but audiences are your audience. Those are people that you're able to, or that you're able to, run traffic to, or actually build up. So basically, let me just share with you a couple different ways to create. And these are called custom audiences. And you can actually create audiences so that you can actually run traffic to. You'll see right here, I've got different audiences. You'll see data file, data file, data files. I'm using website, data file. Typically it's data file, and website. Now, you'll notice in here too is the ones that are website, what that means is I'm actually here's the Country Club event. So this is the Country Club event right here. So I actually created an audience where I'm actually, anybody that lands on this page, I'm actually creating an audience of them. So anybody that comes here, it's telling Facebook, it's telling Facebook, hey, people, or 1,800 people that have a Facebook account landed on this page. So I can actually select this group and market to them, which we'll talk about when we get in the ads. But that's one thing. That's one reason why audiences are so big. Also, you could do data files. Like, I'll give you another example here. You know, I have all my buyers that are in Infusionsoft. So there's 35,000 people that I have tons of customers, but of them, 35,000 of them on 35,000 of my customers that I have in Infusionsoft, they actually have a Facebook page that was able to match up. So I'm able to market to those people. From there. I've got a lot of my WSO buyers. So like, right here, of my WSO buyers, I uploaded my buyers. So I've got 9,100 people, that are on Facebook. You'll see right here, I did a JV giveaway, uploaded a file. They found 17,900 matches, for that. And I've got some other, different things from there. So let me just share with you, this right here allows me to target, really narrow in and target the audience or the people that I want to promote my ads to. 9 times out of 10, I am mainly running a lot of my ads to audiences. All right, so but there is also another way to do it, and I'll share with you. But typically I'm running audiences. So if you've already, if you go in and you created an ad, so typically it's kind of weird. And it's for many of you guys. Let's go over here. If you go in, you will see manage ads right here. So notice, it says manage ads. You may see that in your account. If you don't see that account, you're gonna have to create an ad. And literally, I'll show you how to create one here in a second. But I want you to understand this. Understand your two best friends. Two best friends are the conversion tracking, and the other best friend is the targeting, or is the audiences. So manage ads. So I'll click on here. I'll click manage ads. All right. So conversion tracking, audiences. So let's get back to conversion tracking. All right. So conversion tracking. All right. So it's right here. It's called Create a Pixel. Audiences. Let's get back to audiences. Let's say that didn't seem right. All right, so right here, create an audience. The cool thing is when you create an audience, I'll create a custom audience. So right here it says custom audience. Now I can actually upload my customer list. So I can upload my customer list, and that's actually what you saw way down here when I was looking at my customer list. So I uploaded my customer list. Basically, you could put their emails, their phone numbers. You put the Facebook IDs. You could put mobile ads or whatever, their IDs. But I typically just use the email addresses. So I just export all my customer list, and I can actually select the customer list. I can upload the file, and then basically right here, I upload the file. Then bang, I've got a group of all them. It will go in. It will check to make sure. Check to see if all the customers that I uploaded, they'll try to match their emails with Facebook accounts, and then I will be able to market to them, which will make more sense when I get into the advertising. Go back. Let me go back even more. So one thing you could do is customer list. Another thing you could do is website traffic. Website traffic. That's what you noticed over here. So like when I was talking about Country Club event. So we've got Country Club event. So like my Country Club event right here, anybody landing on this, I am actually running, I am targeting them. And then app activity I never really use, but website traffic. So click right here. So basically anyone who visits your website within, and the longest, typically what I do is, it's 180 days. So I typically put 180. You can include past traffic to the page. But basically, it's anyone who visits my website, people who visit a specific page, people visiting specific web pages, but not others. People who visit it. You can create a custom conversation. I typically just anyone who visits that web page. So from there. So now I come in here, I create the audience. For this one, I'm just going to call demo. Demo. So what this is basically this is going to say, the name is going to be demo, just to give you an idea. And it's going to allow me to build an audience. And it should pop up right here. So it's going to allow me to build an audience. Right now I've got no people. Why? Because, basically we don't have anybody. But how do we use this is basically I can come in here, I could click this button right here. I could do, create a right here, which is called View Pixel, and I could actually take this code right here and I could post this on my page. And because I posted this on my page, now it's going to report back and build a list for me inside in Facebook. Basically, this code right here that you see is I'll put on a page, and anybody that sees it will be actually build a list. Now I can go back and I can market them. Let me just show you kind of real life example right here. If I came to this page right here, I'm going to just put a quick view source. Yep, see right here at the top of the page, I actually inserted in the code is I have in the code, I have the Facebook pixel. So that basically that one that I'm building, that audience that I'm building right here, Country Club event, is, and those 1,800 people, these are 1,800 people that had the Facebook page or has Facebook accounts that landed on this page so far. So now I'm able to say, I can market to them later. But I just wanted you to kind of get a general idea, and then it'll all make more sense when I get into running the ads from here. So basically, audiences are my best friends in a sense of it gives me people that I can actually go and market to. And you'll see, like, you got the buyer file data, the file data. I could actually upload data. I could actually get website data or people that landed on the page. Remember, these only last for 180 days, but for 180 days, I can market to the people that landed on a particular page. So just like all the people that landed on this. So I've got 180 days after they landed on this, I can actually market them. So why am I even talking about this? The reason I'm talking about this because now what we're going to do is I wanted you to get a high-level overview, because now what I want to do is go in and talk about the third thing that I do. So number one thing I do is I syndicate all of my stuff. Number two thing that I do is once I syndicate out, I go and I boost my page, so I boost that thing out there, leveraging all of their friends. The third thing I do is I run ads. All right, so I run ads. Now, I've done something kind of unique on mine, which is kind of cool, but I run ads. So I will share with you exactly how I run ads, but I wanted you to understand audiences, because a lot of times I am targeting. When I am targeting people that that are inside my audiences. So from there. So that's why I wanted to share with you that. So now if I got all the way back, yeah, okay. So if I got all the way back to my main page, just kind of bring you to the main page. All right, so here's my main page right here. So getting back to it, so if I'm going to run an ad, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to then click create ad. So for you, so if you don't have manage ads, the reason is because you need to create an ad or create an advert. Now, I want to give you a big disclaimer before we get in here. Every day Google changes. Google. It feels like Facebook changes something. Maybe it's something the look, maybe it's the feel, maybe it's something little. Typically, they're not making big, radical different changes, but something might look different the next time you go back in there. So if it's a little different than, when you're looking at it, and then when I'm looking at it, if you pay attention, you'll find the same thing, because they don't radically change it. They just change maybe some look and feel. They just change some look and feel, just a little bit, so that they're always changing. So don't get, don't like, oh man, it looks a little different. It's going to. Every time I come in, it looks a little bit different. So they might have one little thing change, but realize the core fundamentals are always the same. So, realize that all the core fundamentals are always the same. So I'm going to come over here. So on yours, when you're going to your main page, so let's say you're on your main page, all you got to do is there's a little drop down. Click on that drop down. When you click on that drop down, it says, create ads. All right, so you want to sit there and you want to open up create ads. Typically, inside here you have different options that you can do. You can send people to a website. You can increase conversions on your website. You can boost your, you can boost your posts, which we did. You can post your page, promote your page. You can get all this stuff. Raise your audience, your event, whatever, all those things right here. But what I do, so right here, increase conversions to web page. Remember when I was talking about conversions? I mean, the conversion tracking is like your best friend. Well, there's a reason for it's being your best friend, because this is the way typically that I run from right here. So I just don't want to send people to my page. Like, okay, great, I send people to my page. What I want to do is increase conversions to my page. So you come over here, increase conversions to the page. Now, basically when you create conversions to your page, basically you'll pick a page. So whatever page that you want to promote is, and it says right here, use a tracking pixel to measure your results. So what I want to do, just since I was promoting that one thing, I'll just promote it here too. So the page that we were looking at right here, this page, so let's just say we want to promote this. I've already got some ads running right now, but we'll come over here. So invite. Now, so this page, remember I talked about the conversion tracking. This is the conversion tracking CC event. This is conversion tracking. This right here means is I'm able to track the people that actually signed up and registered for my event. So that's one thing that I want to make sure I have in place. You want to make sure that you have the conversion tracking in place before, if you're using this particular method, you want to have the conversion tracking in place before you actually start running the ad, because it will just change things. If you want to create a new one, you can actually click right here. You could register, click one right there. Let's see, checkouts. You could do registrations. You could do leads. You have all these different options. Typically, I'm usually doing one of these three. For this one, I might pick registrations. I could name it and then get the pixel, and I'll actually put that on a page if I wanted to, but I already have one. I'm going to use an existing one. But you can actually do it right there. That's a new option. They didn't have that before, which is kind of cool. So now you're able to do it before get going. So this will allow you to create a conversion pixel so that you can actually track people that converted, such as people that purchased or signed up on your website. I'm going to use the existing one, like I said. So I use the CC event. Now right here is where you put the name. Typically, a lot of times, I'm going to actually, a lot of times what I will show you is that I just name it, whatever, so I know what page it is. So, so this one will be, I'll just call it CC event demo. From there, so the event, CC stands for Country Club, just so you know. And this is the event demo. 9 times out of 10, the cool thing is, remember I was talking about custom audiences, and this is where they really come into play, okay? So this is where they really, really come into play, is because I could target my custom audiences. Because think about this, if somebody landed, on, or something what is interested in my stuff, then I really know that they're interested in internet marketing, So if somebody landed, like I said, if somebody landed on my, on my page, on one of my pages where I was creating custom audiences, whether they landed on, well, which we'll go see. So, anybody that landed, it's one of those things to think about. One of my customers that landed on my product called Email Income Hacks, would they be a good fit? Yeah. Somebody that landed on one of my other pages, all my internet marketing, this is my email list. So I actually uploaded a file of my email list. Let's share, that would be a good one. People that bought a product they called Buy Now, would they be a good one? Yes. So I could literally, anybody that went to my last event, yes. Or that went to my, thing, anybody that landed on, already went to the page, would they be good? They could be. I'm not going to actually use them, let's come over here. Anybody that, bought this, one of my products, I come in and I can actually select, which was that one? Okay, field trip. Yep, those are people that are interested in coming to a field trip to my office. All my old buyers, yes, that would be perfect. So I could go through and select a tracking pixel so I can target those people. And here's why I like doing it. And like I said, 9 times out of 10 when I'm running ads straight, to the pixel, to the audiences that I've created, instead of me going out and going out there. And one thing I was sharing with you right here, so like these are my buyers. So or people that landed on, these are people that landed on the website to go, look at my product. My buyers, or all the files of my buyers. So now I can really pinpoint and focus my audience of people that I know that would be more likely to buy this particular thing. And I can even get more targeted. Now, so basically what I do is I actually focus on, and I'll show you how to do it another way, but create a custom audience. If I've got custom audiences that make sense to focus on for that particular thing that I'm promoting. If I don't have them, I'll show you the other strategy here in a second. But so if I got custom audiences, like I said, and right here, you can use email addresses, phones, and user IDs of people to create an audience to show your ads to. So I'm only going to show my ads to people that are in these areas right here, and I can pick certain locations. So whenever I'm promoting, now for this is a particularly, this is an event. And so it only makes sense for me to only pick the ones inside the United States. Now, if I was going to be focusing on promoting, let's say, an affiliate product or promoting a product of mine, I would typically, the locations that I would do, basically, where I'm going to focus, and this is the kind of thing is you can actually really narrow down even more your potential audiences, but I would literally focus, if it was an event, I would be focusing on all the United States, all of the United Kingdom. I would also focus my ad on the United States, United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, Australia, New Zealand, and then probably, and then Singapore, if it makes sense. So these, and here's the reason why. I have found over the years, typically, years ago, about 10 years ago, my best, it was like United States was my number 1, most buyers came from. Canada was my number 2. Today, it's totally different. Today, it's like United States, UK, United States still would be probably my top 1. UK would be my number 2. Australia would be my number 3. And they would be really, really close together. And then on top of that, after that would be Singapore, New Zealand fighting for, really the 3rd place. Because I would say Australia and the UK are pretty much the same amount of groups are coming from. United States will still be number 1. But these are the main places where I'm getting my buyers from. Plus, it also makes sense because they speak English. So all these are English-speaking, countries. So, I do focus on those. If this was not those are the 5 main countries that I do narrow down to. However, but since this is an event, it does not make sense for me to spend money in those areas. Only thing I want to do is focus people in the United States. All right. So now it says age. All right. So typically, when I am running my ad, I will usually go to 25. Whoops. 23, 25, and higher. Now, I also don't usually go to 65 because it doesn't make as much sense. I'll pretty much run to 59. So 25, 59 is where I usually aim for it. Now, you can actually get more closer on the gender, but most of the time, this is where I'm running. I'm using 25 to 59, when I am running them. So I will choose custom audience that I focus on. I will choose the locations, especially with an event like that. I do focus on, of course, it makes sense for me to run an ad in the United States. But if I was going to run an affiliate ad or to one of my own products, I would be focusing on the United States, Australia, New Zealand, UK, and Singapore. It would be probably the places that I would be focusing on. From there. Because I know those places are English speaking, I don't need to really worry about the language or getting any further in that. Because I'm actually focusing on custom audiences, I don't need to really worry about the interests, the behaviors, and the connection, and things like that. However, the cool thing is, so those are the main things, is actually identifying who I want to reach with my ad. I'll show you another way here in a second. But most of the time, this is why custom audiences are your best friend. So custom audiences are your best friend because it gives you an audience that you can focus on, and you'll find that you get really good results focusing on people that you've created inside your custom audiences, because you've identified them to be correct, or people that are most likely to take action on whatever your offer you're promoting. Now, that's one thing. The next thing is, once we've identified who we're going to promote to, now we want to, how much do we want to spend? The cool thing is you can actually set up a daily budget or a lifetime budget. You go as high or as low as you want. I typically, what I do, and you don't have to do this, but I typically go, start off my ads at $50. I run my, ads continuously, starting today, or I could set an end date. For this, because it is an event, of course, it might make sense for me to end it on a specific date. However, I even have it running, I would run it, continuously, because I'm actually going to be, I have to actually pay attention to it. Now, right here it says optimize for website conversions. You can optimize for website conversions. You can actually optimize for impressions. Clicks, uniques, and impressions. Depending on it, typically what I am is I'm optimizing for impressions. I found that I get better. It's actually cheaper click. I usually find I get cheaper clicks that way. But you could optimize for conversions, people that are actually conversion or who most likely to take action on your website. Right here, you could focus on clicks. Basically, they'll serve your ad to people that might click on your ad. You could focus on a cost per click basis. You could do a daily reach, or you could do impressions. Most of the time, what I'm doing, I'm focusing on impressions. And you'll notice right here, they're going to give me a bid amount. Let's see, you can actually do, yeah, all right. So right here, they give you a bid amount. If I'm going to give a bid, if they do give me a bid amount, I typically, now most people don't do this, but I do this. See right here, they automatically put in 96 cents. And since I picked impressions, you'll notice right here, it's called CPM. CPM stands for cost per thousand. CPM. See right here, it says CPC. CPC stands for cost per click. So what I am, here is I'm looking at cost per thousand because I'm doing impressions. So for every 1,000 people, actually it says right here, maximum bid per 1,000 impressions. So for every 1,000 people that see it, it would cost the max amount will be 96 cents. I've never seen it actually hit the max amount, from there. But I typically, and the reason I say that is because I typically find out, they're giving me a suggested bid. The reason I think they're giving me the suggested bid is kind of, I used to play years ago. I was running, I'd run ads on Yahoo, and it was a bidding system. One thing I learned with that is you always want to be one penny higher than the other guy. So what I like to do is I realize, okay, I'm willing to start off, when I first run my ad, I'm willing to start off a little bit, running it a little bit high to figure out where I go. And what I mean by that is I might go, they're suggesting, 196, so I'm going to go 197. Now, the reason I do that is because that's the max that I would ever pay. And I'm not going to do it. I guarantee you'll never do it. But what that does is it lets Google know, hey, or I mean, I'm sorry, Facebook know, hey, I'm here to play, and I'm here to play, and I'm willing to spend this much money, but this much per thousand. Will you do that? The likelihood is no. You'll probably find it's going to be less than 97 cents, or 96 cents, which is their original thing. It'll even be less than that. However, I like to be the one that they kind of throw up a little bit more, from there. So I want to make sure, that I actually kind of feel out exactly what's going on, and I can lower this anytime later. But typically, what I'll do is I'll find out what the suggestion is, increase it by 1, or I'll increase it. Now, from there. So basically what I do is I've identified the audience. Typically, I'm focusing on custom audiences. If 9 times out of 10 I am. Then locations. Locations, like I said, the best ones: the United States, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, and the UK. Typically, the age group that I'm focusing on is 25 to 59. That's what I found that works the best for me. And because I am running the custom audiences, I don't worry about these, because to me they've already identified. I've already identified that they're interested in their behaviors, the same the people I want. Typically, when I'm doing my budget, it could be anything. I do the per day, and then I just set my budget here. I do it 50. What I would say to many people is, hey, maybe you can't do $50 a day. That's fine. But the way you want to think about it is this: what's your budget? How much money are you willing to spend? A month, and then just divide it by 30. Let's just say, to kind of give you what you're willing your daily budget to be. So if you can think of that, then do it there. But you want to look at it from a different perspective when you're looking at your budget. When you're looking at your budget, what I think for many people, especially if you're first starting off, I think it's best to say it this way: how much money are you willing to lose to learn? Not saying you're going to lose it, but I am going to say how much money are you willing to lose to learn? Because the best education you're going to get is by doing. If you do it, then you're going to learn. And if you learn, you can get better. Because you get feedback. Because I always say to myself, hey, what went right? What went wrong? And how can I fix it? So like, here's what went right. Here's what went wrong. Here's how I can fix it. So I can keep on going in and making things better, because I always want to do that. Now, from there. So once I've done this, I've chosen the budget, got the schedule going, I've got it optimized. Most of the time I'm optimizing for impression. Pricing, I have the pricing structure right here. Now I've got to do is set up the ads that I choose. Because this is, and I'm using this one, basically I find pictures, I use pictures that are relevant to whatever I'm talking about. And I'll show you some of my ads here in a sec, but I just wanted to, give you some ideas. But right here is where I'm able to either, you could go buy professional images over at Shutterstock. You could go search for free images, and or you can find images that you've got around. A lot of times I will buy them. I could browse my library. Here's my library. These are pictures that I got of my neighborhood. Right here. Here's some people that are going to be speaking at my event. Here's another guy that's going to be speaking at my event. Those are. So I was running a ad for an offer that had a name monkey in it. So I just went out and bought pictures of monkeys. I was doing an event. I have different people. People that I've met. I bought this one right here. I thought it'd be kind of crazy to get people to, maybe focus on, something to catch people's attention. Here's, different things that I found. I bought, different, things that had to do with email marketing. These would make more sense. I want to get rid of these. You know, basically it's images and pictures that I can get my hands on, you know, so I could do it. Sometimes I might pick, you know, it's like I forget, somebody had a product that had to do with animals, so I've actually found a bunch of animals, you know, kind of doing something to try to catch people's attention, you know, so you can find, you know, different things out there like this. So here's another one, lock. I can't remember what that was for, but you know, these are different images. You can find stock images. You know, this is basically by Shutterstock. Shutterstock. You know, I could do. Just see what happens if I do that. You know, I did it with my real country club, but you know, I can get pictures, get access to pictures, you know, from there. Now, if I did, you know, so I have options to get, you know, images. I'm gonna get out of here. In my image library, or I can upload images. So I can actually have images, put them in here, so I can actually use them in those ads. But for this purposes, what I'm going to do is just go to my image library. So this ad I'm going to run on my country club. So here is a picture of that. This one, oops, I need to do this picture here, and also this picture here. So these are two speakers that I have. Here's my country club. And let's use this picture. And maybe we can use this picture. I might do something crazy. So I might pick something like this. Now the reason I'm doing this and picking different pictures, because when I'm initially split testing because I love split test, and when I'm initially split testing, you know, which ad's going to perform better, I don't change. I use the images. I test the images. So one image versus another. So if you look here, I've got these images, and you'll be able to get a better look right here. I've hand selected these images right here. So I've got, you know, I have the country club. I've got a picture of one of my speaker, which is the co-founder of JV Zoo, friend of mine. This is Armin Morin, a friend of mine, speaking at my event for this particular promotion. They got a picture of me. I've got a picture of me and a friend that flew down in his plane to where I live, and then this crazy whacked out one, which is a picture of a tiger. All right, so I wanted to use different pictures because I'm testing. It's going to be the same words on my ad, but it's going to be different pictures that are going to be appearing in people's accounts. So I'll come over here. Typically, this is one reason why I actually like having a fan page, because right here I can actually have, you'll actually notice this will show sponsored by, and it'll have, you know, my fan page will allow me to put my name right here. So I can actually run these ads in the news feeds with, you know, just like this. So it shows, here's a picture of me, the real Matt Basak, you know, from here. So now it'll have all these pictures. This is one of the pictures I selected. Here's the other picture I selected. Here's another picture I selected. Well, I'll have to fix that. And here's another picture I selected. All right. So if I go through here, and as I'm looking at the pictures, I see something kind of screwy like this. Oops, right here. All I've got to do, see something kind of weird like this, come up here in the ad, and